thing of a person first starting a YouTube channel is immediately revealing my voice. But for today, what I'm going to be doing is explaining some of my Warrior Cats books characters for people who follow me on Instagram and read the book on Wattpad. They will both be linked down in the description, so you can go find it. So I suggest reading it because I've spent a lot of time on it, even though it doesn't really look like that. And I actually spent like some part of like the beginning of the school year planning these characters, making the story, and some of them I've had since I was little. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Now on to the characters. Starting off the characters, we have Iceheart, aka the main protagonist of this story and the character that you follow. Oh my god. Iceheart is a white and cream color point Tom with bright ice blue eyes, which gave him his name, and his suffix heart for his I'm doing this without a script, so don't mind me if I sound really weird. And for his heart that he puts in the battle and towards his clanmates. Really cool and calm Tom with a lot of excitement for adventure. And he really likes to spend a lot of time with his clanmates, taking care of them, even though some of them have quite a weird image of him since he was so weird as a kid. So as you follow Iceheart's story, you kind of watch him fall into a small rabbit hole of madness as he learns more about the clans and the backstory, since he is like one of the fourth deputies since these clans have been started, and he's learning about what happened with the first clans and their problems and what happened, and it slowly drives him a bit crazy. Overall, I spend a lot more time on his character than anyone else, and he definitely has more of a personality than a lot of these characters that you're going to be seeing, except for ones that I have had since I was like 11 or say. So there's Iceheart, the boy. So the next cat we have on the list is Misty Star, aka the leader of Iceheart's clan, Snap Clan. He is one of the great-grandchildren of the very first leader of Snap Clan's, Heron Star. He's a very stoic and brave Tom who is really proud and kind of follows his heart, and I'll definitely say he looks like oh my god. He looks like he's strong and more uses his bronze and his brains, but really he follows his heart and does what he thinks is best for his clan rather than the best for himself. He also thinks of other clans and the impacts that it can have on them, which shows that he's kind of a peacekeeper of the other three leaders who I would say are not very much peacekeepers. He is also Iceheart's mate. They get more in love in the story. At first, he assigns Iceheart as his deputy when he's a very young warrior, seeing his dedication to the clan, and thinks this guy can make a good leader after I die. Later on, the two become mates, and they're only like few moons apart. So at first, they were like really far apart, and I was like, oh god, that's kind of creepy, and I don't like that. You can also see that I made his tail long when really his tail in my original design was very stubby and short. I don't have a photo of his original concept design because I threw it away because it was very, very ugly. But other than that, he's also one of like the most developed characters, and out of all of my leaders that I've made so far, he's got to be my favorite. Cat, Hopspring. Don't ask me what's up with his arms because I actually don't know. I found an old drawing of him when I made him when I was 11, and I didn't give him arms, but I thought it would be kind of cool if he just didn't have them. Hopspring is originally a kitty bat who ended up coming to the forest after he got his legs amputated, and Snap Clan took him in very quickly as, they care a lot about, despite being called Snap Clan, they're very heartful and always put their heart first before their bronze. He's the medicine cat, and he's very talented, despite only having 2 actual legs. He's had helpers before, and now he finally has an apprentice who's able to follow him and help him with his duties. The medicine cat apprentice. This is Whitepaw, who's later known as Whiteheart. He's known as Whiteheart for a bright red spot on his chest when he was born, and which soon started at the tip of his tail. He's a very hyper and young apprentice and gets his medicine cat name a little bit younger than he should because of Hopspring's failing health in the story. I, for some reason, don't mention it that much, but like I said, Hopspring does have failing health because, he's a kitty bat and he's very old, and he joined the clan when, before Heron Star passed away, and she died quite a while ago. For Hopspring to live this long was kind of weird, but I just like to say he's one of those cats that never dies. For Whitepaw, he is good friends with the other apprentices, but prefers to spend his time with Hopspring or Running Storm, who you'll meet soon. Well, right after this, actually. A swift, black, skinny Tom with indigo blue eyes that almost look like a purple, so I usually just decide to make them purple because I hate color theory and I prefer not to do it. He's very stoic and brave and always is quick on his feet, hence his name, Running. even from a kid, his first name was Stormpaw, but after he, like, immediately got up and ran around the clan discussing everything with other cats, his mother changed his name to Running Kit. He earned his name by looking a bit like a storm cloud, and he's very fun and energetic to be around, and was actually Misty Star's first consideration for deputy before Iceheart, but then changed his mind once, once Running Storm was caught in a cross-clan relationship. Here, Flower, probably one of my favorite characters. She's Misty Star's sister, is very kind and empathetic. Her pelt almost looks purple, well, pink, hence her name, Flower, and she was very tall and lean as a kid, hence her prefix Standing. I don't write about her much in his story because I prefer just to more focus on the main characters, but I'm thinking of maybe making like something from her perspective and her life growing up with her brother, who seemed to succeed in everything and who she seemed to fail. Half-Leg has absolutely no personality. I haven't given him a personality. I've never wrote about him. All I know is that the reason he's called Half-Leg is because one of his hind legs is black. It's kind of his only reason. He was kind of based off Swiftpaw, who, of course, was given a major personality, and here Half-Leg has absolutely none. He's a stoic and brave Tom and one of the senior warriors, and that's kind of all we know about him. Well, all I know about him. I haven't really made anything about him yet. Oakbelt, a strong, lean, and slim black-brown she-cat with indigo blue/purple eyes. She is sister to Running Storm and one of the senior warriors. She's a lot more calmer than her brother and definitely a bit more grumpier. She's based off Gwen from Camp, which I really suggest go checking out her character to get Oakshade's character. She's very, very strong, and I like having strong she-cats because, she-cats. And she's also one I've had for quite a while. I have like old Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition morphs of her that I'll probably show. I don't know if I'll have time to put it in or if I'll even remember. But for now, here is one of my favorite characters, besides from Standing Flower and Iceheart. Swanpelt. Like Half-Leg, she has no personality. She's more just there to be a background character for me to add in a few scenes. For now, I know that she's very kind and empathetic and spends most of her time in the nursery. She's kind of based off... Oh my god, what's her name? Fern? I forget her name. Fern from... Yeah, that's all you get for now. Ashfur's sister from the Warrior Cat stories. I remember she was one of my favorite characters as a kid, and I was really sad when she died. So, here's Swanpelt. Rapid Flight is a swift and slim she-cat with long ears, hence the first name Rabbit, and her energetic personality earned her warrior name Flight. She, like others, doesn't have much of a personality besides that she's very energetic and really based off Running Wind from the first arc. She's more in the story towards the end and is kind of the next promotion to deputy. When Iceheart starts thinking about the fact that Misty Star could die when something happens with another clan, and he starts wondering who he would make his deputy when Misty Star passed. Beeberry. Despite not looking at all like a bee, I don't remember why I named him this, and I didn't have a description besides from Brown Tom. So here he is. I gave him like the more kind and like playful personality. He's like the big Tom, the cat. Oh my god, he's like the big teddy bear of the group. He's very kind and empathetic, and is Rabbit Flight's brother. The two get along and are basically inseparable, and like much, he doesn't have a personality. He got a suffix berry for all the berries he usually had stuck in his pelt, which I completely forgot to draw, but that's completely fine. And yeah, he's another one of those no personality characters. And Paleface. The two, I drew the two together because their original image went together, and these two are brothers. Just like Rabbit Flight and Beeberry, the two are pretty much inseparable. You won't find Paleface without Bud Newt, unless they're assigned to different patrols. Paleface is a very, I guess you kind of say, like, stoic. You never really know, like, what his, like, feelings are unless he, like, actually voices them. He usually is, like, he speaks his mind a lot more than his brother, who usually tends to keep quiet and more play with the kits in the nursery. She's another one of those kind of doesn't really have a personality characters, and she was kind of just made for the background. If her speed paint seems really buggy, it's because I just sat there not really liking her design and being like she should have more markings, but also she's described as a pure black cat in my notes here. Yeah, pure black cat. She's the mother to an apprentice, Darkpaw, who's very grumpy and different from his mother, who's very kind and happy to be around other cats. The last warrior on this list, for some reason, her thing is marked as a muted tortoiseshell, even though she's in fact not a muted tortoiseshell. She's a tortoiseshell, after all, and was highly based off Tawny Pelt and Spotted Leaf. She looks a lot more like how I imagine Tawny Pelt, and kind of has the personality of Spotted Leaf. She's kind, sweet, and always has the scent of roses. Her original name was going to be Rosetail, and then I remember there is a Rosetail, which is ironic because I also have a warrior on this list named Redtail, so I can't really say anything about that. She, a lot like the other characters, doesn't have much of a personality besides being more of a background character. She does get involved in a lot of patrols, and she's really close with Misty Star. The end of the video, where this is all the warriors on my list, and I'll be doing them all in a bit of separate parts. I think next part, since there isn't much apprentices, queens, or elders, I'll be adding a bit of the next clan, Hornet clan, in there, and that'll be split into the other parts of the 2 other clans. I think in total there may be 4, or maybe even 5. I hope some of you guys enjoy this, since I'm kind of new to this, and I uploaded one thing before. And this is going to be more of a mix of the current fandom that I'm in and my constant Warrior Cats uploads. So I hope to make a lot more of these videos and maybe get a few more fans, as I've been working on this story for quite a while. So like I said before, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the flippity flip. Apologize for background noises of recording this on my phone because I'm a broke loser who doesn't have any recording equipment. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.